What are the most important web design principles? In this video, we'll talk about 7 essential web design principles that can significantly improve your website's effectiveness and user experience. The first principle is user-centered design. Now, putting your audience's needs first is the key to making a great website. When you design for your users, you're creating a site that feels personal and relevant to them. And you should start by learning about your audience and asking yourself a few questions like, what are their goals when they visit your site? What problems are they trying to solve? What kind of content or features do they expect? For example, if your audience is busy professionals, they might value clear menus and fast access to information. And if they are shoppers, then having a big and clear product images and an easy checkout process is crucial. You can use tools like surveys, feedback forms, or analytics to understand their behavior. And with this information, you can build a website with easy navigation, content that is helpful, and features like search bar or contact forms that solve their problems. And when users feel like the site was made for them, they're more likely to stay, explore, and take action. The second principle is simplicity. Now, simplicity means that when the design is clean and simple, the users don't feel overwhelmed. So every element on your website should have a purpose. For example, you should use plenty of white space to give a sense of openness and cleanliness, and this makes your content easier to read and navigate. And then the second tip is to organize your content visually so the most important information stands out. One way to create focus is by using a simple color palette. For instance, choose one main color for highlights, a secondary color for backgrounds, and a third color for text. And when it comes to fonts, you should stick to one or two across the whole site. And you should think of simplicity as making things easy for the user, whether it's finding information, clicking or a call to action, or just navigating the site. The third principle is visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy is all about showing users what's most important first. When you visit a website, your eyes naturally go to certain things first, like large headlines or bright buttons, and you can use this to guide users. Now, headlines should be big and bold to grab attention. You should use contrast to highlight key areas, like making a button bright against a neutral background, and you should group related elements together so users see them as part of the same section. For example, on an online store's homepage, you might see a big image of a featured product, followed by a smaller section with new arrivals or sales, and this guides the user from the most important message to additional content. So, by carefully placing your design elements, you can lead users through your website smoothly, helping them focus on what you want them to do, like filling out a form or clicking buy now. The fourth principle is accessibility. Accessibility means making your website usable for everybody, including people with disabilities. And this isn't just about following the law, but it's about expanding your audience. And here's how you can make your website accessible. The first tip is to add alternative text or alt text to images so screen readers can describe them to visually impaired users. You can use high contrast between text and background colors so it's easier to read. And third, you can make big buttons and links so that they're just big enough to click. For example, you can also, if your site has videos, you can also consider including captions so users who are deaf can understand, or you can use, for example, on forms, you can use labels like first name instead of just name, so everyone knows what's required. And accessible design benefits all users, not just those with disabilities. For example, captions also help people watching videos in noisy places or when they have the sound turned off. The fifth principle is faster loading, or speed optimization. Website speed isn't just about convenience. It can make or break your site and the user experience. A slow website frustrates visitors and makes them leave. Now, to improve speed, you can compress images so that they load faster. You can reduce unnecessary code, and you can use browser caching, which saves parts of your website locally on users' devices for a faster experience. And even a small improvement in loading speed can have a big impact. For example, if your homepage loads in under 3 seconds, users are much less likely to leave. And speed also affects your search engine ranking, meaning a faster site can help more people find you online. The sixth principle is navigation. Good navigation helps users find what they're looking for quickly. So think of it as a map that guides visitors through your site. And here's how to make your navigation user-friendly. First of all, you can use clear, simple menu names like home, about, services, and contact. And you should just avoid any complicated term. And you can also consider including breadcrumbs. And these are small links at the top of a page that show users where they are and they let them go back easily. And thirdly, you can add a search bar for users who want to find a specific information fast. The seventh and last principle for today is consistency. Consistency makes your website feel professional and reliable. It's about using the same design style and tone across every page. For example, you should stick to a single font or a single font style for headings, and another for body text, or even just one font for the same site. And you should use the same colors for buttons, links, and highlights throughout your site. Also, make sure that the images are similar in style and quality. So, creating a style guide can really help you and your team stay consistent. This guide should include rules for things like font sizes, logos, and button designs. So consistency builds trust because users know what to expect and don't feel confused or lost. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to check out my resources in the video's description, and I'll see you in the next one.